We're golden.
Okay, you guys, I am literally so excited to be doing this. I had asked Caitlin and Alli specifically because we are sideline sisters, and both of them have gone double. We're all doubles, working on going triple, and we all are kind of at almost the same point in our businesses, but got here super differently. Very different journeys, just very different stories. And when we were talking, what we kind of realized, or a realization that we came to, was that not only are our teams are growing faster than they ever have before, but like our teams are enrolling teams who are enrolling teams who are enrolling teams. And we have people that are brand new right off the bat getting 3, 4, 6, 10 teammates. And it is the most exciting thing to witness as leaders. It's the most exciting thing to watch happen for our teams. But in that other aspect of it, I feel like some people are struggling with, what should I be focusing on? When I sit down and I work my business, what should I actually be doing to get to Ruby, to get to Emerald, to get to Diamond, depending on where you are. So whether you have just joined and maybe you have 1 or 2 or 3 teammates under you, you're working on going Ruby, we're going to talk to you about that. We're going to talk to you about what you should mainly be focusing on while working on going Ruby. We're also going to have Alli talk to you a little bit more about, okay, now I've gone Ruby and now I'm going Emerald. Well, in order to go Emerald, you guys, you are going to have a team anywhere from 8 to 10 to 20 people, depending on how fast your team's growing. And, there is a big kind of jump in between starting your business, getting your customers, going Ruby, and then all of a sudden you turn around and you have this big team and you have people that are asking questions and you're trying to, enroll your own loyal customers. And so we kind of, really just wanted to break it down rank by rank. And so that way, if you're going Ruby, not only are you going to know what you need to be focusing on right now, you're going to also know, okay, after I go Ruby, this is what it's going to look like to go Emerald. This is what it's going to look like to be a Diamond leader. So there are things that maybe you're working on going Ruby now, but if Caitlin is telling you, okay, well, this is what I did, as a Diamond leader, it's something that you can implement into your business right now. There's no limit that says, you have to be certain rank to host a power hour for your team. And so that's kind of what we wanted to talk about. And I'm going to start off first, you guys. Both of us, all of us have so much to share. So I'm going to try and kind of run through this in a way that this will be recorded. You can go back if you need to, write more notes. But I want to give you the gist of what going Ruby looks like for you, for anyone on your team. So you guys, the first thing, if you are new, that I want you to know, and I'm super excited to share with you, is that if you can get to Ruby, you can get to Ambassador Diamond. This business was literally built off of going Ruby. In order to go Emerald, you need 2 rubies. In order to go Diamond, you need 3 rubies. In order to go double, you need 6 rubies. Whatever it is, once you go Ruby, you have unlocked basically $1 million, okay? You have unlocked all the way up to Ambassador. You just got to put in some more work, some more customers, some more teammates. But if you can go Ruby, you can teach anyone to do the same thing. So that's kind of what I want you guys to know, is that if you just signed up and maybe you have a customer and a distributor, or maybe, you just got started, or maybe you have 2 teammates and you're working on going Ruby this month, Ruby, once you get to Ruby, you guys, it is like all uphill from there. And Ruby's amazing. I mean, an extra $500 a month, Ruby was what saved our home from foreclosure, saved the roof over our heads, the reason that we still have this house. So Ruby, an extra $500 would literally change a lot of people's lives. And so I want to talk to you guys kind of a little bit about going Ruby. Because for me, I'll share my own personal experience. For me, it took me 6 months to promote to executive. It took me 7 months to go Ruby, and in that same month, I went Ruby and Emerald the same month, so I double promoted. And here's why, you guys. The reason why I think it took me so long to go Ruby wasn't because I was having a problem enrolling teammates or enrolling loyal customers. When I went Ruby, I had literally like a diamond chart. Okay. But my whole thing was, and if I could go back and do it over, if I could give you advice on going Ruby, was that I was so all over the place, trying to do a million different things, trying to earn $100 bonuses, that I just completely missed it month after month. Like I would be this close and I would just completely miss it. And what makes me so happy is now we have people coming in and going Ruby their first month. People are going Ruby so much faster than I did. And that's super, super exciting. But with that being said, if you're someone that just jumped in and you're just starting to build your business and you're working on going Ruby, understand that Ruby is the first step. You have to go Ruby before you can get to that $2,000 a month income. So as much as we sit here and we make our dream boards and we talk about wanting to be ambassador diamonds and making, $50,000 a month, we want that. We speak that out. But at the end of the day, Ruby. Let's get to Ruby first. Then we'll get to Emerald, and then we'll go from there. But you have to get to Ruby. So what does going Ruby look like? First thing, number one, showing up daily. I have told my team this, and I'd like to think that other leaders would agree, but at this point in this business, in this company, in this industry, this is not a business that you can work once a week. It's not a business that you can only work on Wednesdays and Saturdays. No one expects you to put in 18 hours a day every single day. But if you signed up and you seriously need an extra $500 a month, you should have expected to at least be putting in 1 solid hour of work per day. If that means that it doesn't happen until 12 o'clock at night because you've got kids and homework and a fight with your boyfriend and the car breaks down, that's fine. But if you want to make more money than you're making currently, you're going to have to do things different than when you weren't making that $500 a month. That 1 hour a night, you can get so much done in 1 intentional hour. But if you're not showing up for these trainings, shout out to everybody on here right now, if you're not showing up for power hours a few times a week, if you're not showing up in your, team page to cheer on other teammates, if you're not showing up on your potentials timeline every day, if you're not showing up every single day for this business, it is going to be extremely hard for you to ever make more than $100. You can make $100 putting in 1 hour here and a few hours here once or twice a week. I've seen it happen. And if you're just here for $100, that's fine. But if you're here for $500 a month, every single month, without having to worry about it, without having to wonder, am I going to get $500 this month? You need to decide right now, 1 hour a day goes to my It Works business. End of story, end of discussion. I need Ruby. I'm going to do this. Second thing, you need to be a product of the product. You guys, you can't sell something that you don't use. You can't sell something that you're not passionate about. I'll tell you right now, I'm not very passionate about our stretch mark cream. I don't really use it. But I sell keto coffee and greens all day long because I can't go a day without them. So if you're new and you're working on going Ruby, chances are you've either earned your shopping spree, $100 right there, or you're working on earning your shopping spree. So what does that mean? You're going to get $100 worth of products that you can try. You're out here asking people to do a 90-day challenge with you. Let me ask you this. Are you doing a 90-day challenge? Every day, using your hair, skin, and nails consistently every day. Using your keto coffee consistently every day. Running your auto shipment to guarantee your paycheck. Getting products every month. Getting results. Getting those results approved. Huge thing, you guys. Showing up every day, being a product of the product. Next thing we're working on as a Ruby, life posts. Life posts, you guys. So many of you, I know for my team personally, just got your first It Works paychecks. Talk about what you're going to do. I don't care if that paycheck was, $13. What are you going to do with that $13? One of the girls on my team, I'm going to use this example because it's a really good one. She posted about $100 she posted about her first paycheck. And she said, "Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I've just gotten my first paycheck. Who wants to join my team?" What I told her is people can't relate with you getting money. They're like, "Okay, cool. Okay, cool. Alli earned a $10,000 bonus. Okay, great. I still can't pay for gas." So instead of just saying, "Oh my gosh, I just earned my first paycheck," or "Oh my gosh, I just earned my first fast start bonus," what are you going to do with that fast start bonus? What is Ruby going to mean for you? You have to give people something to connect with in your business posts. And you should be doing that every day. Every day. On top of that, content creation. We're not spammy robots. You cannot just post hair, skin, and nails 12 times a day up and down your timeline. Are you posting pictures of your dogs? Are you posting pictures of your kids? Are you posting funny mom hacks? You guys, I posted a funny meme the other day and it literally got over 100 shares. Facebook's like, yeah, Alli's doing what we want her to do. Facebook wants us to put stuff out that people want to see. Do you know how good that looks in my Facebook algorithm when 100 people have shared something I posted? Content creation. We're not asking you to be perfect. We're not asking you to jump into this business and know exactly how to create all of this content that is perfect for your brand. We want to help you. But you have to be willing to decide, I'm going Ruby, I need to work on creating my own content. I'm done just copying and pasting things from the team page. That goes back to being 100% all in, deciding that you're here for this. Next thing, you're going Ruby. Have you started your personal development journey yet? Have you bought your first personal development book? Have you listened to your first personal development audible? How many trainings are you getting on? How many team YouTube videos are you watching of Jade's, of Caitlin's, of mine, of all the amazing leaders that we literally get free training from? How many training videos are you watching a day? When I was going Ruby, I was watching 3 a day. When I was getting ready to go to work in the morning, on my ride to work in the morning, and on my ride home from work in the morning, and probably another time when we were on power hour that night. How many times are you personal developing a day? Think about it. When I was going Ruby, I know Caitlin and Alli would say the same thing. If you're going to promote, you need to have a personal development IV drip in. Like literally, get rid of Netflix for a month, stop listening to the radio, listen to some personal development. Next, conversations. If you are working on going Ruby, you're working on having conversations with people. You're working on watching trainings about how to sign loyal customers. You're watching we're watching videos or asking your upline for help on how do I connect better with my distributors in a conversation. You're sending screenshots maybe in your team chat or to your upline. If you're working on going Ruby, chances are you have yet to master the conversation yet. Gosh, it took me until I went diamond to really feel confident in a conversation, to really feel confident signing someone up. It takes time, but how many conversations are you having every single day? Are you that person that follow-up Friday comes around and you're like, I've got 2 people to follow up with? Or are you that person that's like, oh my gosh, it's follow-up Friday. I have literally 15 people I need to message right now. How many conversations are you having? Because the more conversations, the faster that you're going to get to Ruby regardless. If you're only having 1, 2, 3 conversations a day, this is a numbers game. It's not going to add up for you. And I'm just being honest. I'm speaking the truth because I know that no one here is here to waste time or waste money or effort or anything. We want to help you guys get to Ruby as fast as possible. But if I come to you and I say, okay, let me see some of your conversations, and you send me one screenshot and it's 9 o'clock at night, I'm going to be like, you've only talked to one person today? Because, you know, in order to go Ruby, you need $2,000 in team sales. One order, that have to be a really, really, really big order. So that's the second, not the second thing. Convos, using Facebook Live and Instagram stories. You guys, get over it. People want to see your face. They want to hear your voice. Do you guys know why I mass enroll distributors? Why I mass enroll teammates? Because when people read my post, they read it in my voice. Why? Because they watch my Facebook Lives. They watch my Facebook stories. They hear my voice. When they read my post, they read it in my voice. It hits deeper. They connect faster because they know how I talk. They know my sarcasm. They know the funny Alli, the silly Alli, the serious Alli. So when I'm posting, they read it in the silly Alli voice. They read it in the pumped up Alli voice. Are you using your Instagram stories, and are you going Facebook Live? I had someone that's working on Ruby. She came to me and she said, what more can I be doing? And I said, have you gone Facebook Live talking about one of your products? And she said, no, I don't know how to. No one knew how to go Facebook Live the first time they did it. They just figured it out. How many Facebook Lives, you guys, I've stumbled over my words. I went back and been insecure about how I looked on the Facebook Live. But guess what? People love it. People love seeing you be real. I don't care if it is a 3-minute Facebook Live where you just take a keto energy, rip it open, dump it in your mouth, and say, these are my keto energy, and I love them. You have to start somewhere. You have to be willing to start. You have to literally be willing to take that step and say, you know what? I'm not good at Facebook Lives and I'm scared to do them, but I'm going to do it anyway because I'm going Ruby. And I need as many people as possible to hear what I have to say, to hear about these keto energy, to hear about this opportunity. Last thing you should be focusing on, 10 host-to-post a day. I'm sorry that there is a reason why 80% of the people in our company right now are enrolling loyal customers through host-to-post. No one asked you to come into this business and completely reinvent it. We have got it laid out, paved for you. We have conversations set up. We have giveaways that leaders are doing for their teams, for y'all. All we ask is that you send a message and ask someone to get up a host-to-post for you. I love host-to-post because when people comment on them, they're actually interested in the cleanse because they commented that they were interested in the cleanse. And I get to have a conversation with someone who's genuinely interested. Are you getting up 10 host-to-posts a day? Are you? How bad do you want to go Ruby? That's my question. So really, really quick before I throw it over to Alli, you guys, I want to run you through. I'm working on Ruby, Alli, and I just enrolled 3 teammates, and I just earned my shopping spree myself, and I have 3 teammates now, and I don't know what to do with them, and they're asking me questions, and I don't really know the answer. How do I be a leader? How do I be a Ruby leader? What does the leadership of Ruby look like? This is what I was doing when I was a Ruby leader, okay, you guys? Number 1, I was on the phone with the person I signed up within 48 hours of them joining. To this day, when you join my team, you have 48 hours to get on the phone with me. If you can't take out 10 minutes of your day in the first 2 days that you sign up, well, then I know where we stand right off the bat. I get on the phone, you guys, and I connect on a whole nother level. Why? Connecting is kind of hard through Facebook messages, through texts, through Instagram DMs. I want to get them on the phone and say, hey, girl, I'm so excited that you joined my team. I'm going to help you and I'm going to teach you about, and this goes into part 2, I'm going to get them focusing on posting, adding, and host-to-posting. I'm not signing someone up and asking them to go sign up 37 people. I'm saying, here, I'm going to teach you how to post. I'm going to teach you how to get up host-to-post, and I'm going to teach you how to grow your market. Okay? That's what I'm working on with them. I'm checking in with them once a day. Hey, it's 9 o'clock at night. I still have a couple messages to send out. Do you want to send out this message with me? Hey, it's 10 o'clock at night. I was wondering how your day was. I know that your dog had surgery this morning. I just wanted to check in with you, see how your dog is. You're not just their boss. You're not anyone's boss. You're not just their upline. You're their friend. I always say, when you join my team, you get me as your best friend. So I'm not just, hey, you gonna earn your shopping spree? Hey, you gonna use your products? Hey, you gonna pay attention? Hey, did you see this in the team page? No, I'm genuinely getting to know this person that joined my team, getting to know their why. Why did they join? Why did they want to go Ruby? I'm working on those things. I'm checking in once a day. And last but not least, I'm helping them earn their shopping spree, which is going to help me get to Ruby. They're earning their shopping spree. I'm getting a $100 bonus. I'm getting closer to Ruby. And then I'm teaching them, okay, now you've got your shopping spree. Let me help you get charted for Ruby. Let me teach you how to enroll teammates. So you guys, that is, I just try to talk so fast because there was so much and I could have gone on for so long about all of those things. But you guys, that's not the point of this. We're not here to talk your ears off. We're here to tell you, if I'm going Ruby, that is exactly what you guys should be focusing on. And like I said, this is recorded. I know I talked fast. You can absolutely go back and rewatch it and take notes, because I know Alli and Caitlin are going to kill it. They have so much good things to say. So Alli, I'm gonna, oh, I can't unmute you. Caitlin's gonna unmute you. Thought I was the boss of this for a minute. I knew what I was doing. Okay, so talk to me about, you went Ruby, right? You're so excited. You're making that $500 a month, and now you're like, wait, if I just get a couple more teammates and some more orders, I can literally be Emerald. And I know some of my Emerald checks came with literally a comma in them. Now, don't even get me started with the fast starts added to that. So what does Emerald look like? What should you be focusing on if you're working on going Emerald and being a good, strong Emerald leader?
Okay, so here is something that's going to blow your guys' mind. Okay, you ready? You're going to keep doing exactly what you were doing as a Ruby. And that's the secret. You're going to keep doing your live post. You're going to keep checking in with your teammates. You're going to keep sending out your messages, keep getting your host post up. And you just have to actually get from Ruby to Emerald. You're going to keep doing exactly what you're doing. But you just really, for me at least, like, you have to make that decision. I'm going Emerald. And coming from me, last March, so literally a year ago from this month, I made that decision on like March 27th. I don't want you to be like me, okay? If you haven't made that decision yet this month, make it right now. It's like halfway through the month. You had, I don't know how many more days than I had when I decided I was going to go Emerald last year. So it was like 48 hours, and I pulled in like 2,400 in volume, mostly by myself. So that's another mistake. You don't need to do it by yourself. So you're going to keep doing all the things you were doing as a Ruby. The only difference is, so you got your 3 distributors and probably a couple extras. You taught them how to sign distributors. You taught them how to sign loyal customers. The one thing that's a little bit different is now you're going to teach those distributors how to teach their distributors. And that's how you implement this layered leadership that we talk about. That's how you don't have to worry. So you look at your chart of, I don't even know how many people are on there now, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 plus yourself. Is that right? You look at that chart and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm responsible for all these people, but you're not. So you're going to teach the people that you enroll how to teach their people, and they're going to teach their people. They're going to teach their people. They're going to teach their people. So you just have to figure out what works for you. Every person trains people differently. Our team probably trains different than Alli. Alli probably trains different than whoever. I think me and Caitlin even train people different, and we're on the same downline. So figure out how you teach best and figure out how people learn best too. And that's the only difference really from going Ruby to Emerald. You're just going to keep doing what you're doing, and you're going to teach people how to teach people. And it definitely does sound like a lot. It sounds easier than it is. Like you do have to kind of figure out where you are in that leadership role. If you've never been in a leadership role ever, like throughout school or a job or anything like that, it's going to be a little weird and it's going to feel a little uncomfortable, but that means you're just growing. I was lucky that I was like involved in stuff in high school. I was in a sorority and had leadership roles in my sorority. So for me, it was a pretty easy role to step into as a leader. But it's exactly what Alli was saying, is being someone's best friend. You don't want to go into management mode at this point. And I'm sure Caitlin's going to talk about this too. So I'll leave a lot of it to her. But sometimes when you get in this position as a leader, you have these people that you're responsible for, quote unquote, you just kind of want to manage and like micromanage and, hey, are you seeing this? Hey, are you seeing this? Hey, are you seeing? Stop doing that and just keep doing what you were doing. Keep doing everything that Alli just talked about. She had the hardest part of this whole Zoom. Like, we kind of have it easy now because everything from like now on, we're just building from everything that you're doing as a Ruby, you're going to keep doing as an Emerald. And I love that Alli said she is best friends with her teammates, because that's exactly how I feel too. I actually had some of my leaders like reflect on last month and say one thing that they were going to do better this month as a leader. And one of my girls said she wants to be her like distributors friends like I'm to her. And I was like, oh my God, tears. But I'm just like, I want to know what's going on in their lives. I want to know what this check is going to do for them. I just want to know everything. Like I'm like, I am their best friends. I talk to these people all day long. I'm probably screaming again. Carter gets so mad when I'm on Zoom. I get fired
You
up.
get so excited.
I'm screaming. So sorry if I'm screaming. So also when you're going Emerald, you need 2 rubies. And those are the people that you're going to, of course, help your entire team. But those 2 rubies are the people that you're going to be like best friends with. Be best friends with everyone, but you're going to be best friends with those rubies, because you're going to show them exactly how you went Ruby last month. Or, I mean, for me, it was like 7 months ago. I had a pretty big gap between my promotions, but you've already done it and you know what to do, and you're just going to work really, really closely with those 2 rubies. And maybe that other person on your top line is also a ruby, and you can get them in a group chat and make fun challenges and kind of challenge each other, push each other. Hey, if the next, whoever signs an LC gets mine next, or just little things like that with your rubies. I can probably still tell you who my rubies were, because I was just that month you just are so close and you're so invested in not only like obviously not only your promotion, but you're so invested in their promotion too. And that's how you make it happen, is you have to really want it, not for yourself, but for your team too. And this is the point in your business when you have multiple layers under you. Like even when you went Ruby, you probably still had some more people under you, but now you're layering now. You have people that you might not have enrolled or you didn't really know before. Get to know those people, even if it's just a quick voice message to someone like, hey, I see your post, or you're doing so awesome. People love to hear from you. And even if you're only a Ruby or only an Emerald, like that is a huge, huge leadership role. Even though you think like, I'm just a Ruby or I'm just an Emerald. I even heard people say I'm just a diamond. Like, no, you're not just a Ruby. You're not just an Emerald. Like that's a huge thing to be proud of. And people are going to look up to you. Even if you're not even ranked yet, people are still going to look up to you. The best way to become a leader is just to act like one. Get on your team pages and be live on there. Even if you feel like a little unsure of yourself, if you have something that is working for you, share it. If it makes you feel uncomfortable, that's okay. Like we all started there at some point. So just pretend like you're a leader, and you're gonna just grow up into a leader, and you're gonna be like, oh wow, this is pretty cool. The last thing for promoting for me is I'm a very visual person. I have to have my charts out in front of me all the time. Like some people would rather just like not look at the numbers and whatever. But for me to actually promote, I have my charts in front of me all the time. I used to have a clipboard that I would like, if I worked downstairs, I'd have my clipboard downstairs. I'd take it up to my bed, work on my bed. I'd even take it in the car sometimes. I had my clipboard and I took it everywhere. And for me, that's just how I kept track of everything. Say someone signs a loyal customer, you can change that number real quick. And it's just really satisfying for me to see that number go down. And it pushes me even harder. And so let's see. You need 5,000 BV to go Emerald. You probably have at least 2,000 because you went Ruby, and probably even more than that. So you need 3,000 or less. And I divided that up, and between you and all of your teammates, that's like 8 keto coffee and greens if everyone does their part. Here's the thing about that though. Sometimes not everyone's going to do their part, and it's okay. I'm pretty sure when I went Emerald, one of my Rubies was quit. Like she was done at that point. She wasn't working anymore. I didn't let that stop me. I was going Emerald. She looks so cute in that little sleeper. She just put her pajamas on her. And I didn't let her quitting make me quit either. And once you do step into this leadership role, you're going to see people fall off your chart, and that is okay. And it is something that you kind of want to cry about for a second. If someone texts you like, hey, I'm trying really hard, this just isn't for me, and you can say till you're blue in the face, like, yes, it is, you can do this, you can do this, you can do this. But at some point you just have to let go. And it's a weird thing that you have to overcome, and it might take a second. Sometimes I have people quit and I'm like, oh no, but you could be so good. But they're not supposed to be on your chart if they're not going to be on your chart. So don't waste your breath trying to speak life and speak all this energy into people that don't want it, and use that energy to focus on people that do want it and just run with those people. If you have a hole in your chart, that's fine. It's okay. We all do. And I used to think that, like, well, all of her people are working, none of mine are working. And don't think that like that. Everyone has a 400 box they need to fill, or 2 or 3 400 boxes that they need to fill themselves. And it is okay. And sometimes it can just be good karma. This person's maybe going to get a $20 paycheck. That might get them excited and be like, oh, I just made $20 without even working. Like, I'm going to do this for real now. So yeah, pray them in, pray them out. And you're going to have people quit on you at this point. Like, it's okay. And you're just going to keep filling, keep building, and keep moving forward. You're going to take the people with you that want to go with you. I think that's all I had for Emerald. I like that you said that you had a comma in your paycheck, because we've been calling Emerald Comma Club recently.
I like
That's
that.
Our new thing is the Comma Club.
That's good.
So yeah, that's when you can start making those 4-figure paychecks, and that's just like insane. It's still insane to me. It's crazy.
I appreciate you the most, and I'm so glad that you brought up quitters, because it's true. I mean, it almost seems like, and I was telling someone this, before I let Keelan go, it was like, for me, I didn't really get 100% serious until I was going Ruby and Emerald in the same month. And in that happening, you guys, the more serious you get about this business, the more serious people you bring into it. But I'll tell you right now, my first 25 distributors lasted like a week and then they'd quit. Or a month and they'd get their shopping spree and then they would never text me back. And it seemed like I was like, how am I ever going to get to Diamond if no one sticks around? But you guys, I like Alli said, I got to that point where I was like, you know what? This is going to happen. I'm going to fill some boxes on my own. This promotion is my responsibility. And yeah, you know what? I definitely have built a Ruby to Ruby, and they quit. And you know what? That's okay. For a little while, I had a hard time, and I was like, oh, well, I'm giving them free money and they're getting a free paycheck. Guess what? They're getting a $100 paycheck and I'm getting a $1,200 paycheck. So I'm going to consider that, my blessing to them. I'm going to pray them out, wish them the best. Some of them come back. Some of them never talk to you again. And that's okay too. So I'm really glad.
Some of them block you on Facebook before you even get to talk to them.
Yeah, you're like, you just spent $99 and now I'm blocked.
we had one girl that blocked me and Caitlin and our whole team, and she wouldn't respond to us. Caitlin even texted her. Caitlin emailed her. At that point, we were just kind of like, what? Just kind of messing. I have one last thing to say, though. I forgot to put it here. At this point, you absolutely have to understand your charts, because I will admit I skipped that charting and promotion video when I was going through my training. I went Ruby without really knowing what I was doing, and that it doesn't really happen like that often, but sometimes it just works out that way. And I did have some help from my upline, but I went Ruby, no clue what I was doing. And I remember sitting at conference last year, my first conference, I had an Emerald chart and I was doing my volume, and Caitlin's like, you're doing this all wrong. And I was like, oh, good to know. So I probably could have promoted way faster if I would have watched that video and understood. If you watch it and still don't understand, that's okay. And I really think it is the kind of thing where you don't fully 100% get it until you do it. So if you don't get it, like, ask questions. We're going to show you, we're going to walk you where to place, what to do next, everything. So it's okay if you don't quite understand it. Try to understand it as much as you can, but you really won't, it won't click like light bulb until you actually do it. And I literally didn't have that light bulb until after I went Emerald. So watch the videos beforehand so you don't end up like me.
That was so good. All right, you guys, Miss Caitlin, she came in literally a month after me and was Diamond 5 months later. Here I am, like, so pumped that I just went executive, and Caitlin's like Diamond. I didn't even really know who Caitlin was at that time, but you guys, Caitlin did it fast. And in doing it fast, it was amazing. She saw a really big paycheck really fast. But you guys, she had a lot to learn after she went Diamond, because it happened so fast. She has so many good leadership tips for those of you that, not just are working on going Diamond, not just on working on going Emerald, but Rubies. people working on going rubies, listen to this, because the faster that you catch on to what Caitlin's going to tell you, the faster you're going to go diamond, and that you're going to see that $2,000 check.
You gotta make the same mistakes I did, so please learn.
Yeah. So tell us, we're going diamond. What are we doing?
Oh man. Okay. So you literally never stop working your own business. You never stop enrolling customers. You never stop enrolling new distributors, because if you don't bring in new blood, you guys, and I'm going to tell you kind of my journey as a leader and what happened with my ranks, in order for you to understand where I'm coming from. But you get frustrated when you get caught up on the people who are quitting, and like you feel like you're beating a dead horse, kicking a dead horse, whatever. And it's just like, if you're bringing in new people each and every month, you focus on those people and you can stay excited with those people, and you don't get frustrated. You don't start to get angry. So basically, I've always had a leadership nature. Okay. So my dad actually, he works for Dannon, but he's very high up, and he runs one of the buildings, whatever. So like my dad's always like moved up and up and up and up in the corporate world. And, I'm the oldest sibling. So I kind of had, was taking care of my siblings, and I was a cheerleader, and I was actually the first junior in high school to be captain. I was captain my junior and senior year. And so I had a perfect score. I remember my junior year when I tried out. So I came back after high school, and I did their competition routines. I ran their tryouts, I went to a college, but I came back for my high school's tryouts and stuff. So I've always been very, just a leader by nature. And I've just always been a hard worker. No matter what job I had, I was a waitress at Pizza Hut. I worked in the campus library in college. And I still to this day have my boss from college who's like, Caitlin, I wish every day that you were still here to work, because I did what I was supposed to do. I was a really good employee. And we kind of talked about this, if you can be a really good employee, you can be really good at this business. And it's I'm just a hard worker, and I want to be the best of the best. And so I did join this business, and I was told, watch Jade Hooper videos. I really did. I literally learned this business, you guys, from Jade Hooper videos. I didn't have much of an upline. Tina didn't even know who I was until I went diamond. They're like, who is that? And what happened was, you guys, I was told to post every day. I was told to follow every day. I was told to message every day, and keeping track of people on my calendar and stuff. When I joined October 2015, I didn't know 5 months later I was going to be a diamond. I didn't even know what that meant. I didn't even know that was something that was amazing. I just knew this is how you promote. This is what we do to get those people in. And then you just do that. So I did that, you guys. And so I went ruby in my first 3 months. I missed emerald month 4 by just a little bit of volume. And then month 5, I went diamond, and I earned the $20,000 double good bonus for diamond. And I was like, yeah, I've been a leader my whole life. I know what I'm doing. And I literally was awful. I've never done anything like this before. This is completely different in my opinion. So I'm very good at being willing to learn and being a hard worker and learning how to get better. But even with my leadership background, I didn't know what it meant to be a diamond leader. I didn't, you guys. So when I went diamond, I filled 95% of that volume myself. 95% of it. And what I was doing was I learned on my own, and I expected the people I enrolled to learn on their own, because that's how I did it. If I can figure it out, everybody, hey, just go watch some Jade Hooper videos. If you need help with conversations, let me know. And I was just over here doing my thing, signing people, placing them, doing what they needed to do. You guys, I lost diamond after 2 months. I was paid as a ruby for the next year. So to go from and my husband, so it was funny. I went ruby, and then the next month my husband went ruby. The next month my sister went ruby. I was working her business too. Don't recommend that. And my husband also went emerald. So I earned 3 ruby bonuses. Both of our shopping's free. Well, my sister's shopping's free too. My husband's emerald bonus and my emerald bonus and my diamond bonus. I did all that in 5 months, and I just didn't stop. I never stopped, you guys. And then I went diamond, and I went like this. I took a breath. I was like, people can start working for their paychecks now. Because I've just been handing it to everybody. And I still enrolled because you should, that's what you're supposed to be doing. I was supposed to be working my own business, and I was doing that, but nobody was working. Lost diamond, got that. It was roughly $4,000 between the three of them, like what I had earned my 5th month in. And I dropped down to a $500 paycheck. And I was like, like crying, but like people quit. Like I just saw people were dropping like flies. And honestly, like I don't recommend, going diamond the way that I did, but I sort of do, because going diamond got me into Jade's diamond page. That's when I learned she was our upline. I didn't even know like I was in her downline. And I spent the next year being paid as Ruby, and I focused on learning how to be a leader. That was like my thing. I knew how to post, you guys. I knew how to message. My free time when I started was spent learning how to get better at posting, learning how to get better at messaging, learning how to get better at just having conversations with people. And then once I knew how to do all that, then it kind of shifts into learning how to be a better leader. And like my free time was spent learning what it meant to be a leader. And getting into that page did help, because I was getting one-on-one time. I mean, Jade was always doing trainings in there that were just for us. And it felt so good to learn. And I became this like mean leader. And I was mad at people for not working, just getting frustrated with people. And why aren't they working as hard as I was working? Why don't they want this as much as I want this? Why aren't they learning the way that I learned? And you guys, please, please, please listen to this. People don't join the business for you to help you. They join so you can help them. Whether it's $100 is all they need, or if they need $2,000, you walk with your walkers and you run with your runners. And you do not get caught up and frustrated with the people who aren't working as hard as you, because you should always be the hardest person on your team anyways. But you cannot get frustrated with somebody when they're not doing what you need them to do to benefit you. And so that's where I like started to let go of things. It's like, okay, what are your goals? You want to go Ruby? That's fine. Let's go Ruby. Because once they start getting in and they start earning the money, things start to change. $500 turns into $1,000, whatever. And everybody's got different lifestyles. Everybody's got different color personalities. And so I spent the next year paid as a Ruby rebuilding my team. So it took me 5 months to go diamond the first time, and I did it by myself, you guys. It took me a year to hit diamond again. And I did it the right way. And my team was stronger than ever. I was paid as a diamond for a full year, and then I went double. And I've kept double except for 1 month. Up until now, and I'm very close to triple now. And so I had that sucky year, and guess what? That's when it happens for me in my business. It might happen for you after you go double diamond, and you could lose it and get paid as an executive for a full year or two. Like, we all go through the same things in our businesses, just at different times. And I'm very grateful that I learned it very early on, and losing what I lost. And everything happens for a reason, you guys. I went through everything I went through so I could turn around and tell you guys how to avoid that. And so it's not the why me game. It's okay, how can I use this and turn it into a lesson for other people, and just what can I take from it? And so I didn't know how to lead the team. I started getting better at it, and just I was telling them what to do. I wasn't showing them what I was doing. So you know what? You guys don't need a team to be a leader, okay? You do have to start to get into that phase of like fake it till you make it. Okay, being a leader doesn't mean you have a team. Being a leader means if you just signed a customer, screenshot your conversation and share it to your team page. Show people what you just said to get that enrollment. People want to see what's getting you results. Don't tell me anything. I want to see it. You enrolled a distributor, show me your conversation. Help other people. One team, one mission. And so just, hey, I enrolled a customer, you guys, and it was 80 BB. Like, look how I upsold this. And like, share your screenshot. Okay, so what I was doing was I was showing people, and that's what these videos I started doing was, like, I'm showing you how I'm posting. I'm showing you how I'm adding, like literally screen record. When that came about, oh man, it's like the best thing ever. I can literally screen record and walk you guys through exactly what I'm doing and why, and show it to you. Now, I can lead a horse to water and I can't make a drink, but like what you do as a leader is it's your job to help other people and teach them how to work this business. And so I don't get caught up in what I can't control. I can't control if they decide to not message or not. I know I'm doing everything on my end that I'm supposed to be doing as a leader. It's up to you what you want to do with it. So I sleep really good at night, you guys. Even when people quit, even when people aren't stepping up, I know I've done everything on my end that I'm supposed to be doing. I'm working my own business. I'm getting enrollments. I'm teaching my team how I'm doing that. I'm showing them what it is that I am doing. You just want to avoid that mean leader stage. You guys cannot get mad at people for not working their business. It's their paycheck. I'm here to help anybody who wants to make money. If that ain't you, that's fine. That's your paycheck. And you know what? The people I went diamond with, nobody was with me for my double chart, from that diamond chart. And guess what? My triple chart has brand new people on it. That people I went double with, they're not even on that triple chart. And you know how that happens and how I didn't regress is because I kept enrolling each and every month. I kept working my business. The leadership aspect comes into it a little bit down the line. But man, you guys, I started showing people what I was doing. You don't need the team to start being a leader. But there are some cool perks once you start going diamonds and like moving up and up and up. So I will say, once it's this weird shift that happens when you have your own diamond and you start to move up and you start having your own like really leadership ranks underneath you, and letting go of the reins a little bit is very hard. And teaching layered leadership is so important. You know, I work with my leaders who work with their leaders who work with their leaders, because I'm not trying to run like this whole show. But sometimes you can kind of feel lost. And I know this happened for Tina, and I hope she doesn't mind me talking about this, but Tina has an incredible team. And she was leading this team page and it was going really good. And then like everybody was so successful underneath her, and she kind of felt like she didn't even know what she was supposed to do now. Like, Allie's a double, Caitlin's a double, like Melissa's a triple, like what do I do? And so she forgot to keep working her own business. And you keep working your own business and you help those newbies that you're bringing in. You build rubies, you guys. You just keep building rubies. And then as your leaders come up, you know, they're teaching their own teams and they're still going. And so what happens, not only do you have this leadership with teaching other people how to work their businesses and literally showing them how to enroll people, you have to teach your leaders how to be leaders and what that means. And that's a whole nother, like, so that's like doing special trainings with how Jade was doing for us. Like, that's literally like, you got to teach your leaders how to be leaders, and you got to show them how to do their charts. You guys, in order for me to teach you what you need to do, I need to know how to have conversations on my own. So you guys have to perfect the game in terms of like, you need to know how to have conversations so you can turn around and teach your team how to have these conversations. And you have to know how to chart and to understand things in order to teach your team how to chart. And so I wanted to get from point A to B. Like, how do I do that? And it's understanding charting. Like they said, it's confusing, especially with all of us who had learned the old way. I'm just very good with numbers. Charting's always been my thing. And so it clicked for me, which is why, like, if that's a strength of mine, it would be selfish of me not to share that with other people. So I made a video about it, you guys, and I shared it with everybody. It's public on my YouTube now. So even people who aren't on this team or other teams, if they need a visual, they can go watch it. Literally, that's how we got from point A to B, was how to promote. And so understanding that, and what I do with my leaders is we do game plan Zooms where it's like we do one-on-one. We talk about, okay, this is your chart. Where do you think you should place next and why? And like, I don't tell them what to do. It's, we talk it out. And part of being a leader is like, you just don't tell them what to do. You want them to start being self-sufficient and thinking for themselves and thinking the way that you're thinking. So it's like, okay, if you want to place Megan here, why is that? Why not here? What happens if this happens here? And so we kind of just start getting familiar with each other. And when it comes to helping them start to lead their own team, I highly recommend, like, so say they have their own team chat, you be in that team chat too. And because there are a lot of newbies, and you're probably on here right now, that were thrown into leadership positions because we just have this explosive growth. You probably have had people placed on your team Okay. And you're like, I don't know what to do. I didn't sign this person. Let me tell you, if somebody was placed with you, they are on your chart, they are on your team, and they can't go anywhere. They stuck. So understand that when you sign somebody and you place them, I know that that person signed with me. So I am they spent $100, $20, whatever, for my training. So like I work one-on-one with them, we get their initial training done, and then I introduce them to their leader, whoever I place them under. And I'm like, hey, this is so-and-so. She's another one of your uplines who will be working closely with you as well. Get each other added on Facebook. You know, they've got this team chat. And when somebody in this team chat, and if you have a team, you have a chat, make sure your leader's in there, you guys. And here's what you need to do. Somebody asks a question, you have your leader, instead of just answering everything for them, be like, hey, how do you think you want to respond here? And you talk one-on-one and be like, yes, I think this response is good. And you let that leader answer their team's question, and they start to grow confidence as a leader, and your team starts to grow confidence in coming to you for things. And so that's part of like the layered leadership, you guys. It starts to, you really have to dig into layered leadership as you move up, and letting go of the reins a little bit and just teaching people how to be self-sufficient. Don't just answer your team's question. Even if aside from the layered leadership, you got somebody that asks you a question, like, hey, how help me with this response. I'll be like, okay, well, you tell me what you would say first and type it up here. I'm going to start making you think for yourself. And you know what? You might surprise yourself. I might be like, girl, that's an excellent response. And you'll be like, what? Oh, this is fantastic. You start getting confidence in having your own conversations with people. And I learned by trial and error, you guys. I sent novels to people, disgusting messages to people. It was like this long. It was like, but I signed people still. But over time, I've learned how to perfect my pictures, how to perfect editing, how to perfect, my messaging and keep it more, simple. If something's working for me, I share it with people. And we recently started doing subscription boxes. So I'm kind of been playing around with that and like sharing with my team kind of the results and how I've been handling that. But just show what's working for you. Run power hours, start doing trainings with guests. Start doing trainings with guests. If you don't have a Zoom, well, I mean, everybody has like Zoom for free and like you can do a certain amount, but my team knows that my leaders, they have my login info. And if I'm not running it, like they are more than welcome to hop on and run even a power hour. We're sitting here just working together. So I literally did not look at my notes this entire time, and I thought I was going to have to.
Well, wait, because I just really quick, I want to touch on something that you said. I think, excuse me, the first thing was, when you have your own team, or maybe you're like a brand new newbie, right? And you don't even have a team yet, but you've earned your shopping spree and you did it in, a week or whatever. You guys, as leaders, we want nothing else more than for you to be like, hey, I'm here, I'm about it, and let's go. I would wake up in the morning, and if I saw, a girl that just earned her shopping spree go Facebook Live in my team page for 3 minutes talking about how she did it, I'd probably cry. That is what and I know it's scary, and I know that it's, but that as leaders, like, we want you guys to have your own teams. We want you guys to, host your own power hours. We do it because, we're working on going triple, and we're here and we're about it, and we want, we're just as hands-on with our team as you should be. But I'm never going to complain if one of my leaders wants to take a power hour off my hands, okay? Like, I'm not going to complain I'm not going to complain if you want to share some advice on a team page, okay? I won't complain. So I think, Caitlin, this is a big thing that me and you both did. I know there was a point in my business where I felt like no one on my team was listening to me. Like, I had maybe like 10 or 12 people and not a single one was listening to any advice I give them. But Jade would go live, or Jade would put up a video, say the same thing I've been saying for 6 weeks, and they'd be like, oh, my mind is blown. And I'm like, let's scroll up. We've had the same, I've said that same thing. So what do you do if you're a leader? Because for me, I was like, okay, my team's not going to listen. I'm going to go talk to everybody on Jade's team. And that's when I felt my team wasn't listening to me, I was like, well, someone's going to want to listen. And so I did start leading one team, one mission. I was going, I was like, you know what? I didn't even have a team page at that point. I just had my own chat. No one was talking to me. No one it just felt like they weren't listening. So what advice would you give someone, no matter what point they are in their business, if they feel like, well, my team doesn't listen to me, or maybe they have a really strong leader and the people under them go to that person instead of going to them, and they're kind of feeling like, well, why doesn't my team go to me? Why do they go to Alli, or why do they go to Caitlin? How would you handle that?
I mean, I don't get caught up in crazy things anymore, like things that are just like, look, just like let it go. People want to make everything this big deal. And I got to the point where I was running trainings, and this was like after I went diamond and lost it, and the same like 3 people showed up. And I was like, man, freaking 3 people. It's the same 3 people every time. I could have either gotten frustrated and quit doing trainings, or I could have been like, which is what I did, what I'm about to say, not the other one. These 3 people want to work. These 3 people are showing up. These are the 3 people I'm working with. And even if one person or these same 3 people want to hear what I have to say, I'm going to keep talking. And it comes to with, somebody going to other people. Sometimes I have people on my team way in my downline that like just signed that like go immediately to me when I know that they've got like 5 other leaders that they could have gone to before me. I help anybody who like wants my help, and I can kind of direct them like, hey, like, I know Alli's your upline. Have you messaged her yet? I kind of direct them, make sure they know like where they need to go. But sometimes you just don't have the confidence yet, and maybe they just don't know. Or don't feel confident in you as a leader, I guess. And so that comes down to like me helping you feel confident by saying, hey, like this girl just came to me and this is what she's having an issue with. And, I need you to talk to her. And like, this is kind of what you need to say. And then allow them to start kind of getting them back into a conversation together and helping them lead that leadership part. I am a very loud leader with my team. And so this is actually something that I've said this whole time, you guys. I was diamond 2 years and didn't promote to double. And I kept saying, I'm just not the leader that I'm meant to be yet to be a double diamond leader. I still have some growth. That is why it's not happened yet. And for me, I'm not a triple diamond yet, you guys. And I have so much more growth that needs to happen before I can be a triple diamond leader. And the biggest switch that happened for me is I'm a loud leader for my team. I have a team page. I've had all these, now the recent videos, I've just been making them this month and last month, but I've had a lot of videos on my YouTube that were unlisted, that the only people who had access to them were my team. I actually felt, and I was talking to Jade with this, and this is why she pushed me to go public. So this is a shift in my leadership. The going public on YouTube is really huge for me, you guys, and it just happened like this month or the end of last month. I wasn't comfortable giving other people's teams advice because I know we work this business differently and we all have different like game plans and points of view on things. So I was a loud leader for my team, felt really good. Like I knew what I was doing, telling them what to do, that kind of thing. But, felt a little uneasy sharing my information with other people. And what I have found now that it's public, have confidence in what you have to offer as a leader and just put it out there. And so I know triple's right around the corner because this is just something that, I started making videos when I was a Ruby, just tell them like starting to like get going, and they were more motivational, more so than like how specifically I'm doing things. This is just a huge shift for me. And just so you guys know, I feel naked. Like with my YouTube being public, I just feel like people are looking at me and I'm just standing there naked, like, please, like, I don't know. It's just so uncomfortable for me to do. But I just realized, and Jade pushed me to do it. She is how I learned from her public YouTube videos. She's had other companies learn how to work their businesses from her videos. At the end of the day, even if it helps one person, and I don't care who that person is, like it's good karma on my end. And I'm here to help anybody.
No, and I think too, like that's part of it. I remember the first conference I showed up and literally nobody knew me from a hole in the wall. Like the only person that knew me was my upline and the 2 teammates I brought with me. Like no one had a clue. And then the next conference, it was literally like there was just this line of people that wanted to take my picture and smile and hug me. And I loved every second of it. Like I came home and I was like, people love me. Like people want to, but what's crazy is when these people were coming up and hugging me, they were people who I had no clue who they were. And they were whispering in my ear how my Facebook Live made them pick up a Bible again, how my training helped them go Ruby. And it made me realize that this business is so much freaking bigger than just me. And it doesn't necessarily matter if you only have one person on your team. There is someone out there that needs to hear what you have to say. Whether or not you're teaching them how to sign a loyal customer, or you're just saying, hey, this is my story. I'm working with this and this and this, and it doesn't feel good, but hey, I signed my shopping spree and I'm really excited. And whatever it is, you guys, you just have to understand that all of us, and why I love Jade's team so much, is that we're all so different in our leadership, in how we run our businesses, and how we, what's going on in our lives, the things that we've been through, and the fact that every single one of you will be able to be in this same position, holding a Zoom with your sister, because you guys are working on going triple together and you want to collab, on a training to help with your leadership. Like what you see right now that me and Caitlin and Alli and all of our other Diamond and Above leaders are able to do, you are absolutely going to get to be there. But you have to, first decide 100%, I'm that crazy rap girl. You guys are not going to go get to Diamond doing this 50%. It's not going to happen. And that was the number one thing. And I think we can all agree that you have to decide. I'm crazy rap girl. I'm going to wear the clothes. I'm going to use the products. I'm going to post the post. I'm going to get on these Zoom things at 9:00 on a Friday night. And you know what? That's how I was. I was like, I said I was doing it, and now I'm going to look stupid if I stop. So I'm just going to keep doing it. I'm going to get the hang of it. And it's going to happen. It is going to happen for every single one of you. And along the way too, you're going to find friends. Really, I'm not just talking like you have girls on your team and you guys are friends. No, you're going to find people that when their dog dies, they send you, you send them flowers. Because it's just, you find friendship. But I didn't find friendship until I went Diamond and Above. And it was because I wanted to be friends with the people that show up every single day, that are there 100% of the time, that would take the shirt off their back and host a training with me at 10:00 on a Friday. And it took me going Diamond to find those people. And it will take growth and consistency and everything that it takes in this business to find those people, but it's going to happen for you.
An exercise real quick?
Yeah.
Okay. Who would just love like a $15,000 paycheck? Raise your hand.
Like the butt.
Okay. All right. Now, would you walk up to your boss and be like, and I got this from a Power Hour or Zoom I just saw with Nicole. Okay. Would you like walk up to your boss and be like, hey, listen, I need like $15,000 a month, but I'm only going to show up to work for about an hour and it's going to be 3 times a week. Like, is that cool? What do you think like your boss would say to you? Like, so don't expect a $15,000 paycheck in this business by showing up three times a week for an hour. Start working. And this is like dress for the job you want, work like the rank that you want, like do the things that everybody else is like. If you want a diamond paycheck, do what like diamonds are doing. And that's all. Like Jay's just been very duplicatable, and like I literally was just like, okay, she's making YouTube videos and like telling like her tips on everything. I'm gonna start making YouTube videos and teaching my team how to do things. And it just comes down to that. Like it was just that hit me so hard. It was like, look, who wants $15,000 a month? And be like, cool, yeah. But like, do you think it's realistic to earn that kind of money working 1 hour a day, 3 days a week?
Yeah.
It's not.
Well, it's just, and I think that's like, Jade said it in the training that she did the other day. It comes down to, first, step 1, you have to become a really good distributor. Mm-hmm. Not going to get to Diamond if you don't know how to seal the deal on a loyal customer. Like you have to learn how to seal the deal, learn how to post a live post, learn how to get confident on Facebook Live. You guys, if you start just looking at learning new things and getting really good at posting, messaging, following. We all do the same 5 things, okay? There's no secret thing that Caitlin's doing that you're not. Caitlin just got really good at it, and she was willing to be a student of her business. When I joined this business, I had no freaking clue how to be my own boss. I had no clue how to be an entrepreneur. I knew how to be an employee. So that's how I treated it. Every single night from 10 p.m. until 2 o'clock in the morning until I went Emerald for 4 hours. I didn't care if I was losing sleep. I didn't care if I was nannying 3 kids the next day trying to like hold my eyes open before we had keto energy or keto coffee, okay? But at the end of the day, I had to get really good at what I was doing, because I can't teach someone to sign a loyal customer if I can't feel really good signing a loyal customer. I can't teach someone how to write a life post if I don't feel confident. And that's what it comes down to. You want your confidence to grow. Confidence is just feeling really good about yourself. If you feel good about your conversations, you're going to have confidence, and your team's going to, it is literally a snowball effect. Confidence is contagious. And the more confident, I remember, you guys, I went Emerald, and the next day, I had never blitzed before. I literally went out with a stack of blitz cards and was like, I'm an Emerald now. No one can tell me anything. And I blitzed like 10 people in one day, because I was like, I'm an Emerald. They can't tell me these products don't work. Like, I was like that, as you promote, it grows, and people latch on. And that's why, people want to join me and Caitlin's teams. We've been doing this for 3.5 years. They know if they sign up with us, we're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
We're going to show up for them every day. And oh yeah, we make the money that they want to make. So if you're having trouble signing teammates, it's probably because you're working on going Ruby, and you have to show them, look, my paycheck was $25 last month. This is what it did for me. They want to know, are you making real money? So you have to show them that. In order to make money, you have to sign customers, you have to sign distributors. And then as you start moving up, you guys, like they said, leadership comes. It comes.
And don't get it twisted, you guys. Like, I have people sign up and then never talk to me again. I mean, and this is people that have like watched me this entire time, and they've seen what I've done and how long I've done it. And then we start their training, and then it's just crickets. And then next thing I know, I'm blocked, and I'm like, what the hell did I do? Like, you came to me needing some extra money, and I'm here to help you, and then you block me. Like, it happens to us too. That happens to us too. So don't think you're the only person who sent like 100 messages today and you had 0 responses. That happens to us too. We just don't get caught up in the negatives, and we focus on the positives, and we keep moving forward with that.
So good. Well, I mean, I think Alli's still on here. Thank you guys for doing this. This was so good. And my team chat's popping on. So I think that's what I know a lot of my team needed. They needed to know, okay, I'm going Ruby. What exactly do I need to focus on? I'm going Emerald. What should I be doing as a leader? And it's sometimes like we figure out, we start figuring out the posting, the messaging, the following. And then I think that's the other thing too. Sometimes I've been guilty of like, instead of just focusing on 5 things, I focus on 75 things, and it completely explodes. And I self-sabotage myself. This business is very simple. You do your steps to success, you teach other people to do it. And then along the way, there are other aspects like we talked about. But you guys, I hope you leave this tonight wanting to be a really, really, really good distributor and wanting to grow a lot in your leadership. Because I'm telling you right now, I think Caitlin can agree because she said it. The reason I am not triple diamond is because my leadership is not triple diamond level. And I have accepted that. I'm okay with it. And I am working every single day to be a better leader for my team. So be a good distributor and be willing to be a good leader. And you guys are going to kill it. I'm so excited. I'm so pumped.
This was good. And we were like, I think 100 is my limit. And we were sitting at like 95.
Yeah.
84. You guys hung out for like over an hour. This is
I know. I love y'all. Oh, okay.
I'll upload tonight, you guys. It's
Perfect.
literally as soon as I've got the YouTube cover ready. So as soon as it's available, I will send it through the grapevine. And y'all will get a hold of it.
And yeah, while y'all are rewatching this, taking more notes, sending to your teammates, check out literally all of Caitlin's videos. Let's make her feel super naked, because even me, I'm like, I posted all of Caitlin's videos. This is my team wall. You guys use our YouTube channels as a tool. We're doing this for you guys. You know, we don't just get on YouTube to hear ourselves talk, although some people may beg to differ. We want to teach you. We do it for you guys. So take advantage of that. Definitely.
Yep.
Thank you guys. Bye.